Hello, guys. My name is Devin Haskins, and this is the Run for Your Life podcast. On today's show, I wanted to talk about a subject that seems to be picking up steam on my website, which is www.runforyourlife.com, which is for spelled FOUR. So please visit and support. So the subject matter was I was ghosted by one of my running pals that I've been friends with for years. So I wanted to kind of expand on that a bit in a podcast and on video, just to kind of dive more into detail. So just to give you guys the backdrop, this individual I've been friends with for, I say, about 11 years now. About a year and a half ago, me and this individual got into a text argument, of all things, over a football game. He said his piece, I said my piece, and at the very end of it, we both apologized. We said things we shouldn't say. And, in my eyes, the situation was squashed. I thought, he was good with it. After 2 weeks, I hadn't heard back from my pal, so I reached out to him. He didn't reach back out. Same thing after a month. Once it got to like a month and a half territory, I kind of, you kind of get the hint, it's official when a person doesn't want to talk to you. So I am part of the older 80s generation, 80s, 90s generation. So the term ghosted is totally new to me. So when I got to that second month time frame, I said, okay, this probably is what the kids today are talking about when it comes to the term of being ghosted. So that was official for me. That's the first time something like that's happened to me in years, actually. So of course, it's something that I had to process because me and my old friend were, and still consider him a friend regardless of the situation. We were friends for a while, so I had to process it, and our groups that we hang with, particular running groups that we hang with, kind of intermingle. So I had to kind of process that and understand, what did I do if I see this individual in any of the runs that I do or races that I do, in which I haven't, and I think it's been about 7 months now. So I really haven't seen this person, but what I would do, and I think anybody should do in a situation like this, is just be cordial. I think the thing that most people need to realize is relationships in life, they come and they go. Sometimes, friends just grow apart. It's no one's fault. It's not that person's fault. It's not your fault. I think the grown-up thing, to the grown-up way to look at it is people come and people may go in your life, but it's okay to realize that friendships evolve and some friendships just don't last. This just part of it's just part of how things are. What I do take from that going forward, is ways that you can look at that is, I can let that be a deterrent for me in the future with letting more, if I, make new friends, be more cautious and be this, that, and the other. No, I'm going to be, which I think anyone should be, the same person that I am. And you just learn from the experiences that I've gone through. And hopefully, a situation like that doesn't, reoccur or happen in the future. If it does, it's the same thing. You gotta pick it up, keep it moving. Friends come and go, and you hope for the best for all of them. Which the same as this situation. I hope the best for my old pal, and hopefully, sometime in the future, maybe this is something that you'll laugh about. You just don't know. But the way that this kind of translate into the running world, which, most people ask, and why am I talking about it on a running podcast, is me and this individual run with several of the same groups. And, you know, if you're faced with a situation like that, it's how do you respond when you're commingling in the same running circles? Do you avoid each other? Do you confront each other? And you know, when you do see people in the run, I don't think you do any of that. I think you have to be you and be cordial. If you know, if the situation was toxic, of course, you know, you act accordingly. You're not gonna be around a person that you feel like it was a toxic situation. Of course, that's just, I don't think that's like the best thing to do. In my case, I don't think anything was toxic from me and the friendship that I did have from my perspective. So I would just be me. If a person feels differently, then you know, you can act at that point, and I think that's what most runners should do if they're faced with a situation like this. You know, if you have a falling out with any type of friend that runs in the same circles, I mean, that can be applied to life, and you don't feel like that is toxic. I don't think it's too much that you should change. Too many people that you should try to avoid because they may have a mutual friend. I think you should just be you. So I would love to hear from any other people within the running community that may have dealt with something like this. You know, see how you responded, how you reacted, what was your takeaway from whatever way that you resolved the situation. Because I think all runners within this community, which is a great community to find friends, you know, would like to know if they're faced with this, how to react, respond, or what to do, because it's not very often that you, well, at least in my experience, not very often that you have too many falling outs with people within the running community. So, but that's all I have for today, guys. Thanks for joining the show, listening, and viewing on YouTube. Please follow me on Twitter at RVA Running Man, or the blog is www.runforyourlife.com again, or download the podcast anywhere that you get your podcasts. But until next week, hopefully you guys are being safe out there on the roads and trails. And until next time, I'll talk to you later. Peace.